Hello, everyone. My name is Tucker, and welcome back to our Russian Fishing for Float Fishing series. So, you may notice I've got a couple of fish caught. I logged in here mainly to dig for worms while I was eating dinner. And while I was eating dinner, I did toss our bottom rod in the water. I recorded everything I caught. Nothing was super major, a bunch of kind of small fish, but been logged in here for about an hour, digging when I can. And we've got bait harvesting up to 34.7. Again, my goal there is 35, but didn't quite get there. So, want to do one more dig here, and then we'll head over to Oldberg. And I think we're going to use our night crawlers. So, at the end of the last episode, we did buy a pack of 300 night crawlers. So, we don't have a lot of silver here. We did get another 6.69 nice silver. So, I'll take that. Gets us up to 40, basically 42 silver. For the day. We'll see if we catch one more fish. Kind of want to do one more dig. I've not eaten my free food here today, this particular day. So I would like to get one more dig in before I head back over to Oldberg. Is there anything I need? Got decent hooks. I don't want to use too big of hooks, but if 4, 8, and 8 would work perfect for what I want to do. So I think I've got what I want from a hook perspective. So I'll put night crawlers and the size 4 on the bottom rod. I dig, I can dig. Right on the edge. Nice, 34.8. Got another skill point. That was actually back-to-back skill ups there. So definitely good news there. And then on the bottom rods, I will put one of them with the Rage S, night crawlers, and the other one with the Happy Hook 8. Or Happy Hook 12, size 8, also with night crawlers. And we'll grab our food and head over to Oldberg. So my thought today is let's go after something a little bit different than what we have been fishing for over at Oldberg, not at Bear, over at Oldberg. I want to go for Chinese sleepers. Spot on VK has been up a couple different times using both night crawlers and pieces of fish. Obviously, we don't have pieces of fish yet and won't for a while, but we're looking at for 2367. It's not too far from where we have been fishing, but it is across the pond, the bridge here. We'll keep digging as well too. Hopefully, at the end of today, we'll be able to hit 35. Unlock garlic dough. That opens up pretty much every single spot I see for bream at Oldberg right now is on garlic dough. So definitely what I'm looking forward to there is to unlock garlic dough. That does need bait harvesting at 35. 2367. Actually, not too far from where we're at. 2367, right here in the green stuff. So I'm going to guess it's about a meter deep here. The posts have been mainly on bottom fishing, of course, but with this being a float fishing account, focused account, I want to use float. And I've honestly had some pretty good success over the years float fishing for Chinese sleepers. So rod 1 is at 80 centimeters. Rod 2 here is at a meter. And that's going to sit fine. Good. And they're saying a 7-meter clip. I think I have an 8 on. And I'm pretty sure I've fished this exact spot for sleepers over the years as well, too. Nighttime is a decent time for sleeper fishing. So let's see what we catch. They were using size 10 hooks. I may drop it down to 12s on the float fishing rods and then put the 8 on the bottom rod. Pretty sure I've got enough hooks for that. Yeah, I've got two 12s. But let's see if the 8s do anything to start with. Maybe a bit slow. We'll see. As far as weather goes, looks like it'll be decent today, rain tomorrow. And it's not even going to be too warm today. Good to see. No skill points there. I do have one skill point that I'm still trying to decide what I want to use it for. I'm leaning towards putting it into ground bait, either ground bait or spinning reel. And I haven't decided exactly what I want to do with it yet. Ground bait would help us make better quality ground bait, obviously. Using a spinning reel will help us with casting distance, casting accuracy, and control of fish for both the bottom rods and then when we get into bolognese fishing. I was looking at bolognese rods and setups today. We're looking at least 300 silver to get a reasonable setup going there. So, got a little ways to go before we'll get to bolognese rods. Maybe get another level before then. We'll see. Just depends on how well things go. Fortunately, this is seeming slower than I wanted it to. Maybe it's just the nighttime. I've honestly had better fishing during the day than during the night. Everyone else was saying sleepers are better during the night than during the day. So let's see what happens here. And if this doesn't work, we'll try something different. The fact that I haven't seen a nibble even is a bit concerning. Pull things back a little closer to the lilies. I think rod 2 is now sitting. I pulled that too far back. I think rod 2 is sitting on the ground now. I may have to shorten the depth. That definitely is. Wrong button. I'm both at 0.8. I'll probably watch it here till 10 o'clock, and if it doesn't work, I may go try our carp spot with the same bait and see what we get. Carp spot is just pretty much right over there. You can see the dock that we look at a couple times, and then right over there is kind of the green heart. No skill points that time. Of course, when it's on camera, it decides not to give me points. Saw the bird flying in the reflection had me confused there for a second. Was looking at the clock up in the corner to see what time it was. There we go. Probably a bream or a white bream. Reasonable bream. Really, game? Really? Be right back. I put a float in that spot more times than I can count and never got snagged. So not sure exactly what happened there, but my luck with fixing snags like that is I tend to just break my line, lose my float, lose my hook, and I'm just not in the mood to deal with that today. So that's why I logged out and back in to free that snag up. I could have traveled somewhere and come back, but it would have taken about as long and we would have lost silver. So let's go try it again. Going back to the same spot, gonna try the same fish. Maybe with the sun coming up, we'll have a little bit more luck. Oops, too far. Where one it has me a little concerned now. Rod one's a red float, and with the snag we just got before, the fish comes right at me, it's going right back to that snag spot. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if we even get a fish on. For 15 minutes of recording, today has not been a good day. perch. Not what I wanted. Keep in mind, each one of these pieces of bait, each one of these night crawlers, cost us a little over a half silver. So we probably just about broke even on that fish. Obviously, I did not look at cafe orders either time we logged in here. That's what we're looking for, though. 216-gram Chinese sleeper. I do not have the feeder cage on with any ground bait. I have not thrown any ground bait in. This is just straight basic bottom rig. What are you? Grass carp. Small grass carp. That's why I didn't recognize it. One of the smallest grass carp I've ever caught. They're usually 4, 5, 6, 9, 20 kilos. We caught that one and got me excited, but bite rate, especially on float, is not what I was expecting. Or I guess I should say this lack of bite rate. The good news is my experience with sleepers is usually when they bite, they stay on, even on float. I found another post that said 100 or 1.2 meters in the same spot. And they were actually fishing out past the lilies, so let's put one of them deeper out that way. using fish pieces and size 6 hooks. Not too far off what we have, except for fish pieces instead of night crawlers. Do another diggy dig. No skill points. Don't like that the wind is starting to pick up pretty significantly. Went from about 2 meters per second up to 4.5. It's still increasing. Might make float fishing difficult today. Remember, rod 1 was right up against the lilies. Look at how far out it's blown. .7 meters per second. .15-mile-an-hour wind. That is not a sleeper. I believe that's another grass carp. Common carp, 2.4 kilos. Not a bad fish. Not what we're looking for. It was a little scary when I saw how high up the stress indicator went. Do another diggy dig. At least we're getting red worms almost every dig, but not getting skill points. We only need 0.2%. I was making sure that was right. Decent perch, but not what we're looking for again. Roach is at least a marker, but looks like my thought for sleepers is just a bunch of Sleepers. Sleepers are sleeping on my spot. This feels like a typical either gibble or sleeper bite. Or another common carp. That cast worked a little better. Dig again. Come on, 34.9. Or not. So far, this does not feel like my best idea. Kind of surprised, to be honest. With the clouds coming out, maybe that'll make a difference. I don't know. I'm just surprised, honestly, how slow everything is. Let's try. This has a really big hook on it. Let's try a smaller hook. See if we can get unsnagged here first. Nope, not getting unsnagged. We'll be right back again, and I'm probably going to switch spots. And we're back in. So I think I'm going to switch spots. I'm going to go over to where I've been fishing carp. I think I'm still going to use night crawlers. Thinking as I'm talking here. I think I'm still going to try and use night crawlers, see if we can catch anything different or anything bigger. But I'm not going back to that spot. Going to switch up back over to big hooks. Go over to our green heart. So, put a size 1 on here with night crawlers. And I'm going to put the cage back on. And I'm going to go with Crucian Gibble Mix. This one's got a size 8. Put a size 1 on here with night crawlers. 1.2, that might be too deep. Nope, it's fine. And on this one, let's put a size. I'm going to do a size 4, and I'm going to put. Let's try some oatmeal. Oatmeal's getting a bite right away. Or at least it was getting a nibble right away. Now it's just getting blown in the wind. The hurricane's out. I mean, 15-mile-an-hour wind, at least to me, isn't that bad. It's almost normal. What do we get? Small gibble. An oatmeal, I'm okay with that. Oatmeal's not quite as expensive as night crawlers are. Taking a bait. More worms. No skill points. The wind is making things hard today for sure. Especially float fishing. Just look at how much these floats are blowing across the lake. If it was bottom fishing, it wouldn't be as bad. Wind can still scare fish off, but the floats, notice how the bottom rod line is staying in place. That's what I would prefer. Can't tell if there's a fish on or not. This is the wind. One meter per second is about 2 miles an hour, so we're up to between 15 and 20 miles an hour wind right now. Starting to feel like I should have just stayed at Mosquito. That was the right rod. Nope. I just can't tell between the wind buffeting the float or the fish buffeting the float. It's really difficult right now. Let's put some sweet dough on here since we're not getting anything. That's a decent crucian. Downside right now is I think they're both setting on the ground, been blown to where they're sitting on the ground. So the fish can pull it down and not actually attach itself. I'm gonna make this 1 meter deep instead of 1.2. Nice catch, Drake, there. Nice televendus. It's a nice Venice to begin with, much less a televendus. Crappy crucian. Glad that was not on Nightcrawler. And this wind. One of the downsides of float fishing is wind and current. Current can make it fun. Wind, though, not fun. On rivers, fish kind of expect insects and stuff like that to float down the river. On lakes, they don't. They may not bite. Reasonable gibble there, though. I'll pull this one out. Switch it to sweet dough as well. And go to 1 meter. I don't know if you saw how badly that cast blew. I cast it straight ahead of me and it landed in the green because of the wind. Hello, good fish. I didn't have my friction break up. Not as good as I thought it was. 26% on bottom fishing. Reminds me I can probably dig. Bend over, dig for worms, drink tea, eat the thermos. Miss a fish. Hopefully it attacks again. Miss a fish. God, that's so hard to cast right now. Float just gets caught in the wind and goes wee. I mean, cast at 12 o'clock and it lands at about 1:30, 2 o'clock. That's how bad it's getting blown. Yeah, crappy fish here. Surprised I got a skill point up there. I had to mute while I said a word that rhymes with my name. Missed that one. And with the wind, that just frustrates me so much. At least I got this one, even though it's a crappy fish. This almost makes me want to buy a second bottom rod just to be able to deal with wind. And honestly, if I was playing for best level ups, I probably would have a second bottom rod. Usually two bottom rods, and then either a float or a spin is what I like to do. That gives you one active and two passive sources of fish. Crappy roach. At least it was a marker. Hello. I'm glad I switched. I almost wasn't going to. Decent gibble. Letting the rod keep some tension on instead of the friction brake. Instead of burning my friction brake by reeling in. This is either a trophy gibble crucian or more likely a grass carp or black carp. Big tench. Big tench. Nice. 2.3 kilo tench. Did not expect that. 1400. I will take that. Today just got a lot better. Not good, but a lot better. And the winds died down. I'm feeling a lot better about right now than I was about the rest of the day. As I miss an obvious bite. Part of it is the action on this. It just takes so long to lift it. Reasonable roach. Saw the concentric circles, so I knew something was going on. Come on, take it. I know you want to, fish. Don't let your buddy over on one beat you. Gotcha. Good, Grushin. I thought it was over a kilo. Like father, like son. Diggy dig. Still no skill points. Oh, so close that that's frustrating. What are you, perch? No, a roach that just decided to run. Or 10 gibble. Well, at least things have picked up here a little bit in the evening. Diggy dig. 34.9. Nope. Fake bite almost got me. Swimming away, fake bite did get me. Real. I don't know what to say there. It's just, that was a bite. I was pulling up on it while it was still being drugged down and somehow didn't get it. Small gibble. I don't think I locked 3, but this was a good fish, so I'm glad I didn't. 1.2 kilo gibble. Nice. Put that down, lock that rod, switch to 1, catch it. Whew. Wasn't worth it. Diggy dig 34.9. Nope. I have gotten, I think, a skill point or a half a percentage point today, so digging's been worth it, and a fair number of red worms. How many red worms are we up to? 37. Probably 15 of them today. $1.1. Sorry for the quick switch there. I saw a fish on. This is a good fish. It was 1.1 on the Crucian there. That looked like it was bigger than it was. Yeah, that turned out to be a nice fish there. I just lost sight of the float there. That was my fault. I did not recast this. Coming up on 55 minutes. Probably been a day in game because of all the logouts we had to do. And we still have caught 32 fish. It's not a bad day. Feels like it. That tench is going to be worth a fair amount. But the night crawlers not returning on our investment like I was hoping they would. I don't know. I'll try that spot again probably when it's not blowing 15 miles an hour and blowing our floats all over the place. I've seen this spot as well too for sleepers. So I may try that tomorrow. We've caught a couple of sleepers here too in the past. Diggy dig. 34.9. Come on, come on, come on. No whammies. I know yesterday's HD took forever to process. I uploaded it about 9 o'clock at night. And when I looked at 11 o'clock, a couple hours after it released, it was still processing. So hopefully that doesn't happen again tonight. My spin fishing episode that I uploaded earlier, it goes live at midnight, was done processing in about 2.5 hours. Good fish. Fat gibble. Not quite as fat as I thought it was. Thought it was over a kilo. All right. We're close enough to an hour. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. So 34 fish today. Not horrible. We're out of ground bait on this rod anyway. I didn't catch that earlier. So probably good time to pull that one out anyway. So let's go see what was on the cafe. See if we caught anything worth anything. Cafe frogs, bleak, ides, common. We didn't get a 3 kilo common. 7 350 crucians. Did not get 4 big gibbles, bleak, big bream, big 2 big pipe, and a big burbot. So nothing at the cafe. Over here, if I sort by price, tench was only worth 11 silver. I was hoping it was more. Sleeper that we caught was worth 3 silver, so 55 silver overall today. Not the best day at all. Kind of disappointing, to be honest. But with the wind, I'm not entirely surprised. Still didn't get 34.9 for bait harvesting. I may log in a little bit tomorrow and try and just grind out a couple of digs, see if we can't get that up. But I appreciate everyone watching. We'll be back again tomorrow, and have a good one. Bye-bye.